In this video lecture we are going to study about the VSWR measurement. That VSWR measurement has been categorized into two categories. That is when the VSWR is less than 1 and less than 10, and when VSWR is greater than 10. So we'll take two techniques for measuring the VSWR for less than 10 and greater than 10. So first we'll take slotted line technique, which is used for measuring the VSWR up to 10. So this technique is known as slotted line technique. Here we have the microwave test bench setup. That microwave source is there, variable attenuator is there, slotted line is there, crystal detector is there, and meter is connected, and here the load which is to be tested, that has been connected as load. So in this setup that isolator has not been shown, frequency meter also has not been shown, but they can be inserted there. So the most important thing is that is slotted line carries and that variable attenuator. These are the most two important things which are to be shown, and the focus is to be made over these two things. So here we see, then when the load is mismatch, that time the power will reflect back, and that power will reflect back. That's why there must be that isolator must be there. So here, as this is measurement of VSWR, and the important components have are to be shown. So those important components have been shown here. And then so what happens when the VSWR, when the power is reflected back, that can be seen over this. So how we are taking that measurement for VSWR less than 10. Here the thing, first of all, the probe on the slotted waveguide is adjusted to give maximum voltage reading corresponding to Vmax. When we say Vmax corresponding to Vmax, we have that voltmeter connected here, or we can have that oscilloscope, or we can have the DSO here onto this place, so that corresponding maximum voltage we can get over this. Visually we can see if this is DSO connected here. Then, and the detector is tuned to give maximum output. So here we can have the maximum output by measuring it onto the DSO or by a meter. So next is that the attenuator is now adjusted to give full scale deflection on the meter. Full scale deflection means that when the meter is connected, it must read full scale. If it is starting from 0 to maximum or minimum to maximum side, then it should give minimum to maximum side. If it is maximum to minimum side, as it happens in the VSWR meter, so it must be have full scale deflection. So in case of VSWR, it must have maximum to minimum, that is full scale deflection, and in case other meter, that is minimum to maximum. And here that reading is noted, that how much is that maximum value. And next, the probe on the slotted line is adjusted to give minimum reading, and on the meter corresponding to V minimum, this reading is also noted, and then we take the ratio of V max to V minimum. So this type of technique will give you the VSWR measurement. And next is the case of when the VSWR is greater than 10. Here we apply the double minimum method. So in this method, the probe is inserted in the slotted line to a depth to get minimum reading. The probe is now moved up to a point where the power is twice the minimum minimum value. Let this distance be d1. It is to be measured over the scale where the slotted line carries is there over that vernier scale, and the main scales are there, so that we can measure it there. And the probe is further moved to other side of the minimum to get twice the power point. Okay, and as shown in the figure, here we are having that figure, and let this distance is by d2. So if we say that first we get the minimum point, and then we take it to the point where the power becomes twice. Here if we talk about the voltage, then voltage is minimum, and in terms of voltage, maximum point will be square root 2 V minimum. And then we see that where it is happening by moving it one side and by moving it another side, where are these 2 points are there, that d1 and d2 will measure. And when we have measured that v1 and v2, then we'll that is d1 and d2, that time we have this formula VSWR is equal to lambda g by pi d2 minus d1, and this lambda g is nothing but the guide wavelength, and pi d2 minus d1, and this distance we are having. So we will get the VSWR by measuring with the double minimum method. So this can be how we have with the other techniques also, or with other procedure also, but this double minimum method may be computed like this, and in other way also. It is not that it is only the one method that by which we can have this VSWR. So thank you very much.